everyone out there in the land of internet. um, my name is Alicia Marie Belshak, and I'm coming to you live during a break that we're having, and I'm so excited to share with you. Hello, hello, welcome. I am so excited to share with you that I am coming to you live in this moment during a break from my advanced coaches training for my life mastery consulting certification. This is my third year, completing my third year of doing this work in the world. And I am so thrilled that my mentor, Mary Morrissey, has continued to lean in and press in during these unusual, unprecedented pandemic times. And we're doing a live virtual training as good or better than our live in-person trainings. And I just want to come to you and share with you a couple of thoughts that have come from our first half day session. One is that it's very, very important to take time to pause. Take time to pause and reflect and think about our life. Think about the current set of results that we have. Think about where we're at and what we would really love and what we've actually created. And notice that there's a gap. There's a gap. I am not in my fullest potential. You are not either. There are a certain set of results that I've created, and I've had time to reflect on that, and I'm really grateful for that opportunity to do it, and to do it in a certain way, to do it in a way that's in connection with a guided process. So that's the process that we walk through again. It's one of my very favorite parts of the workshops that I attend and also the workshops that I am trained to give. To take time and really assess, how am I doing in my health? How am I doing in my love and relationships? How am I doing in the work in the world? How I'm giving my gifts, my talents, my time, this soul force, this life force that I have, this vocation. And then how am I doing in my results with time and money freedom? Are the things on my calendar that I would really love? Do I have the time to spend with my kids? Do I have the time, the freedom? Do I have the finances to be able to afford in my case, it's house repairs right now that we're working on, and car repairs, the things that require life is just requiring, but also the things that I would really love. I would love to go to Italy someday. Will I have the finances to do that? So taking time to do that life assessment, and that's one of my very favorite things to do to help with a set of guided questions to really walk us through that process of where are we at with our current results, and notice that we are being called to something bigger and better. So that was one thing that we worked on and I wanted to share with you. And I will be bringing other things with throughout the time and hopefully more. But I wanted to pause and bring that to you. And then another thing that we talked about that I thought was really, really important is celebrating the wins. We're looking at our results. It's easy to notice the places where we're off track, that we don't love the results, that we have longing, that we have discontent. In my case, I even feel emotions so strongly. I would put the words frustration and anger and aggravation and even sometimes hatred. We can feel those strong feelings. And so for some of us, it's fear or depression or anxiety that we're all dealing with right now. So it's easy to notice those things, but celebrating the wins. Where in the last 6 months have you done something right? Where has it gone spectacular? Even if it's a small win, so we took stock, and I did that for myself today, and carving out some time that's special so that we can, on a daily basis, but also on this, celebrating our wins in a collective way. And I just wanted to share with you that some of my wins that I collected for myself and remind myself it's been a while, but for a while there, early in the pandemic, for the first quarter of this pandemic, I was coming to you live with weekly live streams for my Standing Firm When Your World is Shaking program. And that extended to a certain point right around the time when the protests began in June. And the world just got a little more intense, right? So I would really love to bring to you on a very concentrated, more structured way the life mastery version of that, basically the standing firm when your world is shaking, in a 4-week program that we just walk together and re-empower ourselves, because that's one of the things we talked about today in the third point that I wanted to make, which was the power of resilience, which I would love to go into depth with more in the future. But we have to be resilient in this time. And my life is ever increasingly reminding me of that. And I rebel against it sometimes, but I have to admit, and maybe you need to think about this for yourself too. Where can you up the power of resilience? Where you can increase your own resiliency? There have been many, many things in the last 6 months, in even a year in my life, where I have been pushed beyond my limit. You know what that feels like when you get pushed beyond your limit? For me, it's those amped up feelings that I was talking about, and I can get overwhelmed in this awash with feeling. So we get lost and we have to practice. What are we noticing? Where am I at? What have I been thinking? What's going on? What can I think differently? What can I do to give myself a new, more empowered thought, to change my perspective, and having support and guidance along the way to do that. I'm so grateful that I have stretched to the very, very maximum to be here today in my advanced coaches training, because this is what I'm doing. I'm getting reconnected, not just to myself, but to my fellow coaches, to my highly empowered mentors, to the professionals that train us to be the best at what we do, and the best that I do for my clients, so that they can be their best and do their work in the world the best, because together we are changing this world. We are changing this world. It is not going to be like this in 6 months. It's not going to be like this in 5 years. It's not going to be this way. But what it will be is entirely up to us, and the actions that we're taking, and the thoughts that we're thinking, and the way that we're talking to people, and the way that we're reacting, and the way that we choose or don't choose and decide to live by default. That can happen too. So, to increase the power of resilience means to meet those challenges that are, for me in my life, can feel really overwhelming sometimes. And I've stretched to be here today in my advanced coaches training, and I encourage you to stretch to get into your support, so that you get the guidance, so that you get the questions, you get a new perspective, because it really helps to have people around you that can do that with you and, for you in the journey. So, there's just so much here. I can't even begin to bring it to you all in one moment. So I'm going to kind of wrap it up with that. But decide for something new. There are ways to increase our resilience. There's ways to take this next quarter, the fourth quarter of 2020, all that it's been like this long football game, and we can feel like we're down way too many points to be able to ever make it up. Or we can look at this time coming up and say, this is it. This is our time. This is the second quarter. This is our second chance. This is the fourth quarter. Let's make the game plays. Let's put those miracle moves on, the miracle attitudes, and make a comeback win, so that 2020 isn't just the pandemic. It isn't just the economic crisis. It isn't just what's going on in the politics and with what matters with race. It isn't those things only, but it is, we can look back and say 2020 was the year everything changed, and I changed too. I changed. And here's what's happened because of it. I now have more time to be with my kids. I have more freedom. I have more fulfillment in my life. I have more connection. I have more vision. I have more. What is it for you? More love, more relationships, more health and vibrancy, and the ability to take on what's next. What is it for you? I'm thrilled to be able to be here. It has been a long, hard hoe. I am not going to pretend that it's not, because that's part of the win. I made it to the base camp, and day one of training has started, and I wanted to just share that with you and to share some of the things I'm learning, because I'm upping my game, and I'm inviting you to up your game too. 2020 can be the year that everything changed. And if you're ready for that, I'm ready to help you. And I'm ready in more ways than just the last 3 years have prepared me. I'm ready to be with you side by side, walking the walk, talking the talk, on the journey, providing the guidance, the support, the questions, the inspiration, the accountability, and even the motivation to do the things you probably don't always want to do, but know you need to do because it's your next power move. I know I need people in my life. I need support, and I am ready, willing, able, and trained to give you the support you need too. So, here's my thing that I want to give to everybody listening. I would love to give you a free consultation, a free up my game, life mastery, yes, I'm in breakthrough call. And we will set that up and I'll spend some time with you and I'll walk through the very same process I just walked through today and I will help you life assess yourself and help you figure out what vision, what dream is calling, and help you figure out what your next best steps for getting action moving, dreams building, support, guidance, whatever it is that you need next so that you can be the most resilient in this 2020 crazy, amazing, scary, and also super possibility time. So, free call and an invitation to join the next Life Mastery Standing Firm When Your World is Shaking 4-week class. And we're going to just do that online like we're doing everything else these days. So, send me a message. Put in a comment line that says, yes, I'm in. Yes, I'm resilient. I want this. Hit the like button. Tell me you're in, and we will continue to have this conversation. I'm so happy and grateful to be a part of this life-changing moment, really, at my advanced training, and I want to bring it to you too. Be resilient, be empowered, be more than you think you are because you are more, and know that I'm here, heart to heart, waiting for you.